Hi, this is David Yak, and welcome to the Dynamic CRM Developer course. In this course, we want to help a .NET developer become proficient with building applications on the Microsoft Dynamics CRM platform. To be effective in this course, you should have some basic .NET experience as well as be able to use Visual Studio. It also helps if you have some experience with JavaScript, XML, HTML, and basic data modeling experience. The more experience you have in those individual technologies, the easier it will be to comprehend. But like I said, the core fundamentals to have is the .NET and Visual Studio experience. To help you progress through learning, we want to break this into three courses or three parts. The first part will introduce and do an overview of Dynamic CRM. This is where we'll look at the applications that come with CRM out of the box. We'll look at the components that make up the CRM architecture. And we'll also talk about the programmability capabilities of the platform and how you as a developer will build things and how you fit in as an overall part of a CRM project. We'll talk about configuring CRM. So this is all the stuff that you do. It doesn't require code, but it's things that you can configure and tailor CRM for a particular environment. We'll talk about CRM solutions, which is how you package up applications for moving from one environment to a next, or if you're an ISV, independent software vendor, how you package up to sell applications that you build on Dynamic CRM. We'll also talk about data modeling. Data modeling is how, just as you would in a regular custom application, how you set out how things are connected. After all, CRM stands for Customer Relationship Management. It's important to have an understanding of how the data is related together and what capabilities Dynamic CRM provides to be able to do data modeling of that business data. In part two, or the second course, we'll move more into customizing CRM. So not only does this talk about creating custom data entities, relating them, but moving on to customizing the forms, the navigation, and all kinds of client-side extensibility with Dynamic CRM. We'll also talk about business processes. So this is where instead of having a user sitting there at a terminal doing some work with CRM, you can use workflows and dialogues to automate processes. Some of those can run in the background and automate things that a user would have to do in a step-by-step process. Part 3, or Course 3, will continue our exploration around Dynamic CRM, more specifically with working with data and services from CRM. This could be from a client application that's using the CRM API, but it could also be through server-side extensibility through things like plugins that we'll be learning about that allow us to build extensions that make our custom code behave almost as if it was part of Dynamic CRM. So that's the plan. In this module, we want to get a little bit more specific at a high level around some of the things that you need to know about CRM. We're assuming that probably you got here because your boss walked into your office and said, guess what, tomorrow you're going to start on a Dynamic CRM project. You said, Dynamic CRM what? And figured you should get to understand what you're getting yourself into. So in this module, we're going to do an overview. We'll introduce Dynamic CRM. We'll talk about application versus framework. So what comes out of the box? What is the framework that we can build things on? We'll talk about the CRM user experience. There's different ways users can interact with Dynamic CRM. We want to look at how that works and what options are there and what will our customizations be used by the user in those different experiences. We'll look at the CRM architecture. CRM is more than just a single server product. It has multiple roles that can be deployed. It can be scaled out. We want to talk about how all that fits together. We'll discuss how Dynamic CRM fits with different application profiles. Believe it or not everything is a good fit for using Dynamic CRM. There are some applications that are better off using other technologies, whether it's Microsoft or non-Microsoft, to basically build out an application. We'll talk about what is a good fit and what isn't as we kind of go through this overview. We also want to look at what your role as a developer is on a CRM project, so you understand what you'll be doing, how you fit in, where the lines blur a little bit, and finally we'll wrap up talking about supportability and the Wild West. And by Wild West, I mean doing things that get you out of that supportability chain where you call support to get help and they say, well, your developer did something that's not supported. So we want to get you started on the right foot so you're not doing things that are going to get you in trouble or not supported. So that's our plan. Let's get started.